What's going on YouTube? It's NC and Place Me Channel Train Mr. Andy back again on the TV experience, and we're talking about the new hit on Marvel, or Disney Plus, and that's Marvel's Moon Knight. So joining me to talk about the first episode of Moon Knight is we have the greatest catch lady sketch.
Hello.
Not Deion Sanders for prime time.
Yeah, I'm gonna just already say it at the gate. This episode has been real.
You know what?
And the man amid the reality revolutionary freshman Flo.
What up, dude?
So, right off the bat, we had to talk about episode 1 because let me put this in the context for you right now. First off, this first episode was a complete nerdgasm. Had to get it out the way right there. And,
okay.
And I have to say this: I know nothing about Moon Knight, nothing at all. And one of our friends, Quattro, who has been on the show previously, is a huge Moon Knight guy. Yeah, and all I know is that
I've seen his drawings and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, cool.
But honestly, only reason I know who Moon Knight is because he was into him, and I asked, "Who is this?"
And I was like, this is the albino Batman.
Now I only knew Moon Knight from the video game Ultimate Alliance because he's in there.
Yeah, and I was like, and he was free on Marvel Heroes. I'm just like, everyone's like, who is this? This is Marvel's version of Batman. Like the Century is Marvel's version of Superman. So I'm like, okay, but I'm not into Moon Knight. So, but however, I am into like the Egyptian culture and stuff that they have going on in the mythology. So I was like, let's see what we got going on here. Okay. So what we have is the story is following a guy named Stephen Grant, played by Oscar Isaac, and he works in this museum. Talks about like Egyptian artifacts, Egyptian.
He works in the gift shop.
He does work in the gift shop.
Not y'all grinding boy up like
wow, like
out the gate.
Okay, he works in the gift shop.
You know what? Honestly, because I was gonna say this, why they wouldn't just let my man be a docent or something? Like, he clearly is knowledgeable. Whatever. Go ahead.
Did they want to show that London people are mean?
Okay, maybe.
It's a possibility. That's what they could have wanted to do. So he does work at the gift shop, but we are in the first episode. We are introduced like it looks like that this man has he sleepwalks. He has a sleeping disorder, and because he has his bed, he has like his door tape while the lock's on there. He has something wrapped around his ankle, and he has sand going around his bed. So it's like, and then he has like these little videos he watches, like how to stay awake and stuff like that, and he tries to solve puzzles and stuff like that. Well, in the very beginning of the episode, we see somebody drink some water, break this glass, and put it into their shoes, and then they're walking out, which obviously is the character that what was his name? Ethan Hunt plays.
Ethan Hawke.
Hawke, there it goes. Yeah, that he plays. So, and we don't necessarily know who this character is just yet, because this show is surrounded in mystery. One of the things I love about the show, because this show was surrounded in so much mystery, and it had that horror element to it. There was some creepy parts in there. Could they have gone a little bit deeper with the horror? Absolutely, but I'm saying but there was just some. I was like, they knew how to play up the horror type thing. Well, all of a sudden, it looks like when Steven's about to go to bed, he wakes up and he's in this. We don't know what his area is at. His jaw outside, it looks like it's dislocated. He puts that back in there, and he clearly doesn't know where he's at. But you hear the voices like, "Oh, he's awake," and it's like, you need to go back to sleep because you don't belong with what's going on here, and we really don't know what the hell is happening. Nope. And it's like people start chasing him with the guns and everything like that, and then he's hiding around. He comes to a group of people, and that's when we see Ethan Hawke as this character who, forgive me for don't knowing my Egyptian mythology like that.
What are we talking about?
Okay, so he had the.
When he's doing the judgment.
Yeah, the judgment. Oh.
Ahmed.
Okay. So, thank you, baby girl. That's why you're on here. So he is doing different judgments for these people out in the crowd, and it can tell if you have a good heart or if you're going to, if you have a good heart now, you're doing something in the future, and he can like take the soul away from you or something like that. But he's looking for this amulet, which Oscar Isaac happens to have, or Steven happens to have.
It was a scarab.
Scarab, yeah. That he happens to have. He's like, I don't know how guys you could take it, but his body is preventing him from giving it. So we get the first kind of transition scene where Steven goes down. Like he has the scarab in his hand. He goes down, he wakes up, then all of a sudden the people around him are like dead. They're not knocked out, they're dead. And he has, his hand is full of blood, and he goes, escapes, and gets into this cupcake van, and they're chasing him. And every time the situation gets very, very bleak, he goes to sleep and goes out, and then wakes back up, and the situation is like, in quotations, handled. And once again, we're just like, with me and my wife watching, it was like, what the hell is truly going on here?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
that first episode I was super confused.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I knew that part because I knew like the premise. That's how I knew was the basis. I knew what was going on, but I was like, I kind of like how they did it without overly explaining it. Just like, oh, he blacks out, and then somehow they're dead. I like that mystery of what's going
that
on.
part is cool.
And he doesn't necessarily know what's going on. So when he gets back to his loft, and his flat. Sorry, excuse me about that. There's it looks like he has woken up from a dream. Like this all was just a dream. But then he realizes, wait a minute, the goldfish I had in there has 2 fins. The one I got only had 1. What's the deal with
that?
that?
At first, he was acting like the fin was growing back.
Exactly, yeah. And so he was like, "Oh, wait a minute." She said, "We about to close." He said, "Wait a minute, I just woke up. It's like almost 5 o'clock. Wait a minute, I got a date because he, at this the steak restaurant, which by the way, Steven is a vegan. He goes there, and then nobody shows up, but he calls the girl that I don't know. I guess she works with him at the gift shop.
I think she did work with the museum.
Yeah, at the museum, and she said that was 2 days ago. And I'm just saying, obviously, she was more pissed about that. He was like, 2 days ago, he really does not know what the hell is going on until he goes back to his flat and he sees like this little board out of place. He goes up there and grabs it. And see, there's like a key and a cell phone in there, and then all these calls been made on the cell, like an old school Razor phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, are we in current time?
Yeah, I was like, what's going on here? And then it calls back, and then the lady answers. She's like, where you been? We've been looking all over for you, Mark. What's going on? He's like, Mark. Who the hell, Mark?
Right.
I'm Steven. I'm saying, who is this Mark you talking about? Then when I think the one that made me and my wife jump was when he was going to bed and checking the mirror and stuff like that, and he turned the lights out, but then his reflection was not moving to the way he was moving. It kind of like tilted his head, and I was like,
It's
"Yeah,
the
they got
no
me."
for me, dog.
Yeah, I said, "Yeah, no." He's like, "Hey, Steve, yeah, listen to me," and then he runs out, and then that's when we get the he sees the image of the big what's the god? Kansu, yeah.
Kansu.
Yeah, walking down the hallway, which by the way, that was just very creepy.
That freaked me the fuck out. Because I was not ready.
And then next thing you know, he's on the elevator. The old lady comes in, and she gets off. He's like, "What's going on?" The next thing you know, he's back on the bus. So he must have blanked out again. Mark must have took over, and then now he's back on the bus, back at Steven. And then he goes back into the museum, and then we get our first. He encounters again Ethan Hawke.
But I said, don't forget, Ethan Hawke was on the bus.
Ethan Hawke was on the bus. That was creepy. Also, the way he about to get off the bus, looking for him. So he was trying to get from judgment because he wanted to scare him, and he realized that he wasn't being judged, or he couldn't be. I guess because
there's chaos in you.
There's chaos in you. That's what it was, and then we get the that's part when we had that whole like mythical dog that was chasing him through the museum.
The Egyptian jackal.
Yeah, the little
jackal. Yeah, type thing going through it.
It's a jackal.
And then we go to the bathroom, like I can say the most like beautiful museum bathroom I've ever seen in my life.
Big facts.
Franklin Street got shit on
I'm about
that.
to say,
you know what I'm saying?
because the museums I've been in, the bathrooms do not be looking like that.
At all. And then now you see the reflection of Marcus in there. And he's like, look, I can't help us. He doesn't know what's going on. He's like, look, if you just let me take over, you're not going to die. He was all getting scared about dying. But he's like, just let me take over. So then we get to see the takeover. And it turns into Moon Knight beating the shit out this
full on cape and all that.
All that, and that's how the episode ends for episode 1. I have to get y'all because I was like, first of all, at least for me, for somebody who doesn't know anything about Moon Knight, I was automatically intrigued with everything in this episode. It was really Egyptian mythology and just the whole mystery of we know he's a split personality, but he doesn't know that. In the way that it's like Marcus taking over the body, and Steven's coming back in, and he really does not know what the hell is going on. I would be out of my fucking mind.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly might have offed myself already. I might have just drove that cupcake truck off the edge of that cliff. Because what is happening?
Yeah. How did y'all guys feel about that first episode?
Key, you want to go first?
Yeah. I thought it was dope. I like so when I was watching it, the one scene where he was when he woke up in whatever country he was in, and like everything was happening in a flash. So like he blinked his eyes, and now he done got blood in his hands. He blinked his eye. He's in a car chase. He blinked his eye. Everybody, cars exploding and whatnot. I'm just like, what the heck is going on? And why is it happening in a flash? Like, I don't remember Moon Knight having super speed like this. Like, so I was just like, okay, I like where this is going. Even the scene where he was like trying to give the dude the scarab and his body wouldn't let him. I'm like, all right, I like where this is going. Now I know he got like he be hearing voices and whatnot, so I was prepared for him to go a little crazy. But
do you know anything about Moon Knight or no?
Yeah. So I know he suffered. Last I checked, he suffered from like it's schizophrenia when you hear voices in your head, right?
I think he has like dissociative.
I think he has
like,
dual,
personality.
Yeah, he suffered. Yeah, he suffered from something. And that's why he be tripping, like he be bugging out and all that. Everything else is pretty accurate. He got the powers from Khonshu.
Super strength and all that.
Yeah, the super strength. He can make the weapons and whatnot. He essentially is Marvel's Batman, except he gets the job done. So
good burn right there, bro.
That was.
Hey man. But Moon Knight's he's a really dope character though.
He has dissociative. I knew it was dissociative identity disorder. It was previously referred to as multiple personality disorder, but that is the updated terminology for it now.
Okay.
So it's not schizophrenia. It's a different thing.
They actually. So what schizophrenia being like too harsh on the?
I don't know, because I feel like people were. Now I'm not a mental health professional.
Yeah.
But from what I know, folks who do work in the field, people were being misdiagnosed, like just under a big umbrella of schizophrenia.
Yeah.
And there's like different facets to it. So it's not just like everybody has schizophrenia. There's different types. Just like it's not multiple personality disorder anymore.
Oh wow.
So, because people are assuming whole different identities, kind of thing. It's like kind of like Split, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. How about you, Pius? Because I came in this thing completely clueless. So.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. I mean, I like it so far. I like the mystery of it, but I'll be honest with you. I think this might be this might not get the numbers of the other shows.
Well, right now, in the numbers department, right now, it's crushing it.
Yeah, like I know the first 2 episodes probably, but I'm like, only because I know how casual fans are, and it's like it is intriguing, but when you don't know nothing about it, and they just automatically assume like whatever. Because I already know a group of people that's seen the first episode, and they like, yeah, I catch it whenever I feel like it. Like it's not like catching their eye to watch it. Mm-hmm. So that sucks. Probably because it's like the Egyptian stuff and all this other stuff going into the series. But I like it. I like the mystery of it. So I'm gonna keep watching. But I hope they keep their fan base. I know WandaVision, when you're coming off all these characters that you know, and then you got this character that you don't have no idea of, I can understand that it's different. So,
and like I said, Moon Knight is at the very bottom of the Marvel comic type stuff.
Well, I wouldn't say at the very bottom. Now. He's not at the bottom.
I'm not okay. Not the very bottom. He's a Marvel Knight, right? So like,
I would put him up there. If we talk about like character, I probably put him like in the lower Deadpool, in the lower Daredevil area.
You talking about as far as popularity goes, or
no? I'm talking about where they view him in Marvel.
Yeah, I will put him to the. I got him above the street level guys who's not like Punisher and Daredevil, but like he might be Luke Cage might be with them too, but like besides that, like Moon Knight's pretty.
Yeah, he's just like in the room or above or below the Defenders, pretty much.
Yeah,
other than Daredevil.
I'm about to say because I think the Marvel Knights are more popular than the Defenders.
Well, cause here's the thing. It's like Moon Knight and Blade to me are like on that same level. Would y'all agree with that or no?
Yeah.
I think Blade would be a little more.
I think Blade's higher just because of the films.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
The films got Blade higher.
Is that guy a knight that was in the Eternals? Is he a knight, right?
You talking about the Black Knight?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kit Harington's character. Yeah, he's the Black Knight.
So I think they're around the same.
No, because I don't know. I've heard of Moon Knight way before I heard of the Black Knight, but that's just me personally. You could be right, but Moon Knight's pretty popular though. Like he's more popular than we think. It's just that he's not an Avenger or whatever. So you're not. When you.
I didn't mean to cut you off. To be fair, a lot of the heroes stuff like that are probably more popular than we think. But like this, Captain America is popular, but Captain America is not on the level. He's still a B-level hero opposed to Spider-Man or opposed to X-Men. So you have your A, B, C, D level heroes that could be popular. Like
I still think Captain America is an A because even before the MCU, he was in front of all.
I'm about to say
him and Spider-Man. It's always him, Spider-Man, and Wolverine always at the top of.
I'm about to say if we're talking strictly,
if you're talking about the top of Marvel,
Fantastic Four is up there.
Fantastic Four.
X-Men,
Spider-Man, Hulk. That is your top.
And then
Marvel. Underneath that is Cap, Thor,
Iron Man, Thor.
Yeah, and underneath,
I think Thor might be a little bit higher though.
I mean, he's getting higher now. You gotta understand. Like, okay, when these movies first started coming out in 2008, right?
Mm-hmm.
Iron Man, Cap, Thor.
Iron Man. I feel like Iron Man wasn't up there, and I feel like Thor was like in the middle.
That's Iron Man definitely wasn't up there. Even with the popularity of Marvel versus Capcom, Iron Man was not that.
Yeah, they weren't. Those were. I'm not calling them C, D. Those are just the B level heroes. And then it was like all the heroes that we got that were not part of the MCU that was still like there. Like Blade is like a C level. Like Blade is below them. But we got the movies and everybody was like, oh wait a minute. That's Marvel too. If you didn't know that was Marvel, you're just thinking that it's a cool action Wesley Snipes Blade movie, but that's Marvel,
right?
You know, what I'm saying?
The movies, the movies jumped Blade up to me.
Yeah, so
I knew Blade before I knew Iron Man.
Huh?
I knew Blade before I knew Iron Man.
Yeah, and I know you're a fan of him, Q, but just hear me out. Like Punisher is like that C-level. Frank Castle, those movies that they was making before. Yeah, those movies before nobody was like. They weren't on the popularity height of like a Spider-Man or
Hell
Iron.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying, but so he's around that. So I was saying, Moon Knight's either around that sea level or maybe
Moon
the
Knight
D level.
sea level. He is definitely based on this scale that you're giving me. Moon Knight is definitely sea level, up there with Punisher, Daredevil, Luke Cage, what's my guy? Iron Fist.
Is he more popular than Century?
Who, Moon Knight?
Because me personally, I know Century's strong, but I'm like, to me, Century is just like D level.
Now, just strictly popularity, I think Moon Knight is.
I think so too. That's what I'm saying. But I think Century is like,
like we're not talking powers or anything. We're just talking popularity outside of the fourth wall. Level
guy. I think Century, Guardians of
the Galaxy was in the bottom tier.
Along with Inhumans also. So
along with the Inhumans and the Eternals.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, people don't remember the movies boost them up. So
yeah.
They weren't always the most popular things, but right now with this first episode,
I got Moon Knight personally. I think Moon Knight's more popular than Sentry. Just again, like I knew Moon Knight for a minute, and I've known Sentry less than I've known about Moon Knight.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, the Ultimate Alliance, what was that 06? He was
Sentry. Moon Knight. Yeah, Moon Knight's there with Deadpool. Yeah, and Luke Cage was there too. Punisher, Daredevil, them guys.
Yeah, Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel. So
Captain Marvel,
War Machine. I gave y'all my thoughts. Y'all thoughts on the first episode. I mean, I like your grade. Excuse me.
Oh, my grade? Yeah. Complete Nerdgasm.
What about you, Brian?
Yeah, I give it an A.
And Lay Sketch.
I didn't even get a chance to talk about my thoughts on the episode.
I'm sorry, we got to that whole comic book thing. Please, can you give us your thoughts on the episode? I know me and you really enjoyed it. You really brought some things to light to me. I do apologize about that. Because we just trying to rate some of these characters.
Well, the moment has passed now, but I was going to say one of the horror things for me was figuring out that was the same man from Training Day. Ethan Hawke.
Oh snap! That is
definitely him.
No, I get surgical with this.
Like my man. Woo! At first, I was like Ethan Hawke. Like it took me a minute. And also, I want to know what that old lady did to get smoked like that.
Well, it says they can see in the future and in the past. So maybe in her teen days she was doing. Maybe she was doing something that. In her past.
In her past. Because what was Gertie finna do?
She said she had a good life, but in the future she could have bought that gun or something.
But I enjoy it. I didn't know anything. Like I knew very little about Moon Knight. Like I knew who he was. I knew very little about.
So you knew more than me.
Him. I think I like the way like the episodes are going. Just the way they're building, like they're developing his character. And the way like the fight scenes and everything, like he was saying how it's like you blink his eyes and then come back and everything is done. I like that they're like it made me want to actually go look into Moon Knight. And that could be because of like my existing interest in ancient Egyptian culture.
Yes.
Because these are actual like Egyptian gods. So I was like, maybe just go have a look and see what this is all about, because I feel like that is a successful like series.
Yeah.
If it makes me want to go look at the source material, because it's not the first time I looked at something I'm like, I want to go look deeper into the source material for this, then I think it's doing its job.
I really would have thought that would happen with you with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I thought you would want to look into Black Captain America.
No, thank you.
Get out of my house.
But I know I'm enjoying it so far. I think it's really good. I'd give the episode an A. Because it made me want to wait for what's going to happen next week.
Yeah.
and it's not that many TV shows now where I actually care what's gonna happen next week.
Especially superhero ones.
No, just TV shows. Period.
Okay.
That's not even just exclusive to superheroes. Just TV. I just don't be caring about TV shows no more. So I think it was great. I think they're doing a good job. I mean, I know we only talking about episode 1, but I like seeing how he's progressing, like trying to handle this, and how he's like, all right, well, what am I going to do, kind of deal, like, because that's episode 2 where they had the bag of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, see, I'm getting so far ahead. But yeah, so I don't know. I just think it was a good episode, and it's good so far. Hopefully, we keep the same pace with the last 4 episodes, because I'm like, y'all only ordered 6 episodes. Are we going to get a season 2 pretty soon, or?
Well, no, because Marvel has a lot of stuff coming out this year, and
also I don't think he's in the MCU necessarily.
That's what I was wondering, if he was going to be incorporated into MCU stuff going forward. I don't know if they're going to work to put like the anti-hero types in the.
Well, they're working on it, because a lot of things happen behind the scenes also, because that's what we got Daredevil and all them being brought over here now, and of course he was in Spider-Man, obviously. First of all, honestly, right now I don't know where the MCU is headed. Like, usually each phase ends up with an Avengers movie, and I don't know what Avengers 5 is necessarily bringing. I don't know necessarily how the TV shows
probably. They'll probably wait till after the Nick Fury series to do a movie.
Yeah, and because we got what's it called? Secret Wars.
Secret Invasion.
What's the Secret Invasion? And then you got the Armored Wars show coming up, and you got the Ironheart show coming up. You
got Ironheart, yeah. You got all these other shows. Loki season 2 and all that
coming out. Yeah, so all stuff's supposed to come out.
Oh, you said what?
The Miss Marvel show.
Man, ain't nobody about to watch that.
I want to check it out.
Just like ain't nobody watching Naomi on whatever network that is. That superhero Naomi. Have you seen that?
She on the CW. I have not watched Naomi yet.
How you a superhero but you can't run? All right, anyways.
I didn't check it out yet. I'm actually going back and catch up on Black Lightning, so I have not checked out Naomi yet. And yeah, but so. All right, well, that's our review for episode 1. Make sure you guys check us out, subscribe, because we're going to be right back here for episode 2. And stay tuned for all that. So, once again, it's NCM Place. We chilling with Tony saying the not Deion Sanders for prime time. Really?
Oh, my Lord.
It's been real. It's been real.
The man of reality, revolutionary, freshman flow.
Man, y'all take it easy.
Integration slate sketch.
You say it 5 times in the mirror, I will appear and slap you with a cheesesteak.
I only said it 3, so I'm good for now.
All right. And their coach is out.